Light is Britain's far-right conspiracy theory paper spreading hate and vicious lies. No, that's what the BBC say. The Light is the only national newspaper bringing you the real news and informed opinion on what's really going on today. You can subscribe, order copies, submit articles, and read back issues on our website, thelightpaper.co.uk, and see for yourself why the establishment are so worried about the uncensored truth getting out to people every month. The Light Paper. Not far right, just right so far. Thelightpaper.co.uk.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of financial independence and early retirement? The notion of not having to clock in at 9 or wrestle with the daily grind? Imagine a life where you're not shackled by financial obligations or a demanding job. It's not an impossible dream, but a reality for those who embrace the FIRE movement. That's financial independence, retire early. Consider the tale of Jane, a woman in her early 30s. Jane was an ordinary person living an ordinary life. She had a 9-to-5 job, a mortgage, car payments, and a lifestyle that was comfortable but hardly extravagant. And like most people, she dreamed of a life where she didn't have to worry about money. Jane decided to make a change. She began by cutting back on non-essential expenses, saving as much of her income as possible. She invested wisely, focusing on assets that generated passive income that didn't require her to trade time for money. Slowly but surely, Jane began to build her financial independence. She was still working, but she was no longer living paycheck to paycheck. She had a safety net, a cushion that gave her the freedom to make choices based on what she wanted, not what she needed. Fast forward 10 years, Jane, now in her early 40s, had achieved her goal. She was financially independent. She had enough passive income to cover her living expenses, and she no longer needed to work to survive. She was free to retire early, to spend her time as she pleased. Jane's story may seem extraordinary, but it's not unique. It's the story of anyone who has embraced the principles of the FIRE movement. It's a tale of discipline, of sacrifice, and of a relentless pursuit of financial independence. To summarize, the key points discussed today revolve around the idea of financial independence and early retirement. It requires discipline and sacrifice, cutting back on non-essential expenses and saving as much as possible. It involves investing wisely, focusing on assets that generate passive income. But most importantly, it requires a change in mindset. It's about seeing money not as a means to buy things, but as a tool to buy freedom. It's about understanding the true value of time and the freedom that comes with not having to trade it for money. This is the essence of the FIRE movement. It's not just about retiring early, it's about achieving financial independence, about gaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Like Jane, you too can embrace the principles of the FIRE movement and embark on a journey towards financial independence and early retirement. After all, the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom is you.
Ever wondered how much you'd need to save to achieve financial independence? The answer lies within the mathematics of a concept known as FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The most essential number in your journey to financial independence is calculated by multiplying your annual spend by 25. Notice the emphasis on annual spend, not annual income. This calculation is based on the principle that you need £300 invested for every pound you wish to spend each month in passive income. Hence, your FIRE number is also your monthly spend times 300. This mathematical principle is founded on the 4% safe withdrawal rate, as defined by financial advisor William Bengen. He proposed this rate after analyzing the S&P 500, which typically produces an average of better than 10% growth per year when studied over a period of approximately 30 years. Bengen considered factors such as inflation and market volatility. After studying previous market activity, he concluded that a 4% rate of withdrawal per year would provide for a 30-year sustainable portfolio in the vast majority of cases. So to paint a clearer picture, if your monthly spend is £1,000, then your target for financial independence is 300 times 1,000, or £300,000. Alternatively, if your annual spend is £12,000, your financial independence target is 25 times 12,000, which also equates to £300,000. The first step in planning your financial independence, therefore, lies in understanding your monthly and yearly expenditure. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to take further strides towards your financial freedom. In summary, the mathematics of FIRE revolves around the principle of multiplying your annual spend by 25 or your monthly spend by 300 based on the 4% safe withdrawal rate. Knowing your monthly and annual spend is crucial in determining the amount you need to save to achieve financial independence. Armed with this knowledge, you can then plan your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Embrace the mathematics of FIRE and take the first step towards your financial independence today.
Good morning, guys. It is 7:59 on Monday the 29th of June 2026, and that means that we have completed 4 years and 13 weeks of this 8-year FIRE journey, or FIRE experiment if you prefer. Just a quick look to see the situation before markets open this morning. Interestingly, it closed on Friday, and this was the position because I did check it during the weekend. The markets appear to have closed at completely flat, at 0.00% of a change. So Friday's closing market price 105.75.5. The portfolio value as things stand, 36,000, nearly 37. Return on investment just below 40%. With 349 shares in the portfolio and an average purchase price of 75.60. Now, if we scroll down, we can see that although the market appears as if it was at its highest point for that single day on Friday, at close, in fact, it has ended up a couple of pounds lower than it had been recently, so currently sitting at 105, but the highest high seen, which was within the last week or so, 107.67. I don't know if you can see much of the volatility at this scale if we zoom in, but what you certainly can observe is that there does appear to be a very kind of noticeable flattening of what was previously a rise, and I think that's fair to say that is genuine. There have been days where the market has closed down, and not just a single one. That single red candlestick's a little bit deceptive, but yeah, as I say, there has been some volatility recently. The market has just opened there with a hint of a drop today, but not anything remarkable. Before we do this week's investment, or even before we actually look at the notifications, I want to draw your attention to Monzo.
I want a bank that makes money easy.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
And you are?
We're a bank called Monzo.
Oh.
I want a bank that shows me what I spend instantly.
No problem, just give us a go. See?
Can you make splitting bills easy?
Super easy, check this out.
But it's a real faff to sign up.
It takes less than 10 minutes.
Race you.
You're on.
Can I talk to a real person 24/7?
Of course.
Even now?
Yep.
Even now?
Anytime.
Can you tell me when I'm running a little low on cash?
We certainly can.
Cool. Can I afford these?
You certainly can't, sorry. Can't afford that either.
That's a real shame.
Not really. Time's up. How'd you get on?
It's a draw.
Can you help me save for my next holiday?
Oh, how about you set up a savings pot in the Monzo app called Barbados, baby?
Thanks for listening, Monzo.
We're all ears.
We can go now.
Rude. You make Monzo Monzo.
Okay, so as you could see mentioned at the bottom, there are affiliate links in the description. There are 3 this week, one for Smarty Mobile, one for Monzo, and a third which is time limited for Trading 212. Now I would say that although that one is time limited, they do run these offers every so often, and they're quite common really, but at the moment the existing one is valid for another 10 days. I always would add a note of caution to that and say that before you would go ahead and make use of that affiliate link, please make sure you've done your homework. Please make sure you understand that you could get back less than you invested, particularly if you are not really sure what you're doing, and only go ahead with that link if you have satisfied yourself that you've done your due diligence, that you are not going to require advice before you decide to invest, and that you are happy with the Trading 212 platform. And of course, if all those things are in alignment and you would be going to open an account on Trading 212 anyway, then please do go ahead and make use of that affiliate link. Let's have a quick look at the notifications. Only a couple to consider this morning. Wise rises 8% as strong revenue growth and the planned $500 million buyback boost sentiment. Upcoming market holidays. So as we can see here, Canada Day falls on July the 1st, that's Wednesday, and Independence Day, albeit Saturday, is going to be celebrated in the States, at least commercially, on Friday, with the US market closed on Friday. So we could expect to see a little less activity in the American markets this week, just bearing in mind those 2 holidays. In terms of previous investments, so let's just take a reminder of where the market is sitting. So 105.70 right now. So last week, well, 6 days ago it was actually, we invested at 107.52. Sounds expensive compared to the current price. 2 weeks ago the price was 106.25, and we have to go back 3 weeks to see a price of 105.32, which was or is probably about the closest to the current market price. So that gives you some idea of how long the market has kind of been up and down, particularly when you consider that roughly a month ago it was sitting at 107.16. So the market has kind of been high, then back down a couple of percent, and then high again, and back down currently a couple of percent. Or thereabouts, and you can just about see that red candlestick beginning to appear on the right hand end of that graph. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and do this week's investment. If you are a regular viewer to the channel, you'll know that each week I invest 120 theoretical pounds into the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund. The reason that it's theoretical pounds is that this is the practice platform that you're looking at on the Trading 212 website, and the reason I picked 120 was that was the amount that I reckoned that a Band 2 NHS worker could reasonably afford to invest roughly each week if they were able to minimise their costs in terms of housing and other expenses, I suppose. And essentially the amount that I reckon that you probably need to invest every week to really make a meaningful contribution to your early retirement. The other factor, I suppose, is that with the Trading 212 practice platform, they provide you with 50,000 theoretical pounds. There's the theoretical because it's practice. So you get £50,000 to invest, and at a rate of 120 pounds per week, according to Excel and calculators and everything mathematical, that will take roughly 8 years to exhaust. So 8 years is not a long time in terms of investing, but it's kind of long enough to get some kind of an idea as to whether or not you think that is worthwhile doing. I think it's providing a reasonably interesting set of videos and data, I suppose. But coming back to this week, so £120 at the current market value is going to buy us roughly 1.13 shares. We will send that through as a market buy, so I'm not putting on any stops or limits or other operators, and there is no commission. And let's see what we get. So the trade has just executed there. We got 1.13 shares for 105.72. On the right hand side, that has updated. So we now have a portfolio value of just over 37,000. The return on investment sitting at 39.6%. And actually in value terms, it's just over 10,500. There are 350 shares in the portfolio, and the average purchase price is up slightly now to 75.70. Right, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover for this week. But again, if you're a regular viewer to the channel, you would know that I stream weekly. Typically it seems to be towards the start of the week, and if you're interested in following the journey, you could subscribe to the channel. Not many people do, but who knows. I suppose it might be interesting for a historical perspective, even for people to go back and look at where we were at the start, jump forward about a year and see how things had changed, and so on. And you would get a bit of a picture by doing that over the course of the past 4.25 years or so, of how things have performed. But overall, from what I can tell anyway, it looks to me as if it's working. Now, with that said, as I say, if you particularly like this episode, you could give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have any comments, questions, or indeed constructive criticism, please leave it in the comments, and I will endeavour to have a read and respond if needed. And other than that, guys, that's me for this week. Hope to see you again next week. Bye for now.
Woke up one morning, saw the world in a new light.
No more 9 to 5, I'm living my own fight. I got a plan that's simple, a number game to play. It's the freedom that I'm chasing, I'm walking away. They said it's impossible, just a dream so far, but I've learned to count the cost. Now I'm driving my own car. I don't need a mansion, don't need a fancy name. I've got peace of mind and I'm free from the daily grind shame. It's not magic, it's maths, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's maths, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting, with all that I can give. I cut back on the clutter, I got my spending in check, investing in my future, no time for regret. The years go by faster, my money's working too. I got a plan that's steady and it's seeing me through. They said I couldn't do it, said it wouldn't last, but I'm retiring early, leaving all that stress in the past. I'm building my empire, brick by brick. The math's all adding up and it's working real quick. It's not magic, it's math, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's math, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting, with all that I can give. It's the power of the numbers, that's where I stand. I'm taking control and I got the upper hand. No more chasing time, no more chasing fear. With the maths in my favor, my dream is crystal clear. It's not magic, it's maths, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's maths, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting, with all that I can give. So head to the future, here's to the plan. Financial freedom, it's all in my head. It's not magic, it's maths, and it's mine to take. A life of freedom, no more decisions to make.